Diddy secretly get married to his baby mama, Dana, trying to prevent her from testifying against him, the same Dana that he allegedly hired back in the day as a cybersecurity expert to spy on Kim Porter child. If all this is true, Diddy must be sweating buckets trying to salvage a situation. But you want to know who is done? Young Miami. I mean, it's kind of suspicious that she unfollowed Diddy after the secret wedding rumors, but let's just get right to business. Loves. Okay, for those who recall, Diddy revealed that welcomed a surprise child daughter-in-law, Sean Combs, back in December 2022. And while the mother's identity was originally kept a secret, Dana Tran was revealed as Love's mother after TMZ got a hold of the birth certificate. Since then, Dana has been posting a lot with baby Love, and to celebrate her 1.5 birthday, she captioned a couple of videos of Love time. Be still, my heart can't take how fast this thing is all going. Happy 1.5 birthday to my baby girl. My only regret is not holding you more because everyone said I spoil you too much. There is no such thing. New moms hold that baby. It goes by so fast. Dad's family friends take those random videos and pics of mom holding baby in that newborn stage, even if mom says no, cause I always felt a mess and said no to pics, and now I have very few to look back on now. Despite sharing a child with Diddy, not much is known about Dana except the fact that she works in the cybersecurity industry and appears to be based near Newport Beach, California, where Love was born. There have also been reports that she is a high-ranking cyber official of Malaysia.
Your dog, all that was propaganda, man. You know what I'm saying? Puff did what he normally do. He gonna make the people, whatever, goes for the people's heart and what they feel. You gotta look at the dude's actions, man. His actions when Kim was alive. You understand? What action did he did? He fucked, excuse me.
And there was an alleged tea that Dana also worked as an accomplice to Diddy and helped him spy on Kim Porter. I mean, that would justify why they are still so tight, right? If Dana was actually the one behind spying on Kim, I bet she knows a whole lot about what Diddy has been doing over the years. The thing is, Diddy has never confirmed having a relationship with Dana, but there are reports claiming that he secretly married her. And it doesn't help that Dana was spotted with a large diamond ring on her finger in her latest Instagram posts, fueling the allegations even further. Anyway, according to reports, Diddy and Dana got a lot closer since all the scandals broke. And despite many people leaving Diddy and cutting all ties with him, Dana has stood by him. So Diddy flew Dana and their daughter to Hawaii to celebrate her 1.5 birthday. And while there, Diddy allegedly surprised Dana with an impromptu wedding ceremony. But the question is, was the marriage forced on her to prevent her from testifying against Diddy? Thus, the way things have been going, I'm assuming marriage would be the last thing on Diddy's mind, unless, of course, he's up to something like spousal privileges during the trial. Baby, we've read and heard enough to know that if Dana really is Diddy's cyber guru, then Diddy would do literally anything to make sure that she doesn't spill any tea. And by now, we've already established that people who dated Diddy were forced to do things they never wanted to do. For starters, there's how we already have an extensive record of the things Kim Porter had to go through when she was with Diddy. One of those is that when Diddy was hit with the 7th lawsuit by April Lambros, she accused him of forcing himself on her multiple times, including one time when Diddy forced her to hook up with Kim Porter as he watched and got off on them. Speaking of Kim, there was also Cola, who talked about how Cassie let herself be flaunted in Kim's face and laughed at how Diddy was treating Kim in her own home. She even said that she will never forget the time that Kim told her that Diddy tried to make her lick Cassie's tampon. Cola also talked about another time at 400 in the morning when Diddy brought Cassie, who was basically a teenager, into his bedroom where Kim was sleeping and woke Kim up and told her to get out of the bed so Cassie could get in it. In addition, we also had even more devastating accounts from the Rolling Stone article with Mark Curdy talking about what he himself witnessed, saying, I remember Kim used to go through a lot of stuff. If you live around them, you get to see the toxic relationship. I think every relationship he had that I experienced around him was like that. So how sure are we that Dana Tran hasn't been through some of these things that Kim allegedly went through, or the ones that Cassie also had to go through? Cassie narrated in her lawsuit how Diddy was prone to uncontrollable rage and how he subjected her to savage acts in which he kicked and stomped her, how she was admitted to the hospital on several occasions, and how she lost her memory because of how much Diddy used to lay hands on her, how she wanted to unalive herself, and how Diddy was forcing her to hook up with a succession of male hookers while he filmed the encounters near the end of their relationship. In 2018, Cassie also accused Diddy of forcing his way into her home and forcing himself on her. Of course, there's also that video that clearly showed Diddy and Cassie at the now closed Intercontinental Hotel.
We need to warn you about this next story. The video is graphic. It shows the abuse of a woman in a hotel. CNN obtained surveillance video from 2016 which allegedly shows rapper Sean Diddy Combs assaulting his then girlfriend Cassie Ventura. Once again, we want to warn you, it is hard to watch. CNN's Elizabeth Wagmeister reports.
According to Ventura's now settled lawsuit, the pair began dating several years after they met in 2005. They parted ways in 2019. Combs' attorney said the decision to settle was in no way an admission of wrongdoing. Ventura declined to comment on the video, but her attorney told CNN the gut-wrenching video has only further confirmed the disturbing and predatory behavior of Mr. Combs. Words cannot express the courage and fortitude that Miss Ventura has shown in coming forward to bring this to light.
In Century City, Los Angeles, where we saw Cassie exit a hotel room and walk to the bank of elevators, then Diddy, holding a towel around his waist, runs down a hall after her and grabs her at the back of the neck and throws her to the floor, then turns to kick her. When Cassie was still on the floor, Diddy retrieved a purse and suitcase from the floor near the elevators, and then he turned around and kicked Cassie again as she lay motionless on the floor. After about 4 seconds, he then briefly drags Cassie by her sweatshirt toward a room before walking away. And we later see him literally throwing things at Cassie. Baby, if Diddy was doing these things to Kim and Cassie, I personally see how people would believe that Dana is probably going through the same things and was forced to marry Diddy to prevent her from testifying against him, just like he was probably doing with Carisha, who unfollowed him after news of the secret wedding broke. In fact, as far as Kisha is concerned, followers first noted that in several of the pictures Young Miami has with Diddy, she has white nails, and Cassie said in the lawsuit Diddy made her wear white nails to contrast the skin that the men she was forced to sleep with. People also remembered how Diddy sent Young Miami flowers after an argument and took her on multiple vacations, just like what Cassie described used to happen after they had a fight. Let's also not forget that Lil Rod said in his lawsuit against Diddy that he has evidence of illicit activity, much of which he claimed to have recorded due to the fact that Diddy required him to record him constantly, and that he secured hundreds of hours of footage and audio recordings of Diddy, his staff, and his guests, and people like Miami engaging in serious illegal activities. Specifically, when it comes to Miami, Lil Rod said that Diddy was paying her to be one of the freak-off girls. Remember, Lil Rod also added an additional 25 pages of information to his already very lengthy filing, and basically went into detail about Diddy's affinity for pink Coca-Cola, also known as Tukey, and how Kisha was a transporter. It said in the lawsuit plaintiff and the Combs Rico Enterprise were rehearsing for something in the West Festival. Plaintiff Jones personally witnessed Mr. Combs do a few lines of Coca-Cola in his dressing room. Defendant seen Combs wanted Tukey, but Brendan forgot it, so defendant Christina Karam called Young Miami, who then brought it on the private jet from Miami. The thing is, Lil Rod also said that Combs Rico Enterprise did a lot of procuring, transporting, and distributing of various illegal substances, and these substances found their way into carry-on luggage during both national and international travels, including trips facilitated by Young Miami on behalf of Diddy. While people were speculating that Kisha was being forced to do these things for Diddy, just like Dana was allegedly forced to marry Diddy to prevent her from testifying against him. Okay, I know we've also had reports saying that there is no truth to reports that Diddy secretly married Dana Tran, but where Diddy is involved, we can never be too sure, especially when we consider the allegation that Dana may have been the one who was spying on Kim Porter for Diddy. But what do you think? Is it possible that Diddy forced Dana to marry him to prevent her from testifying? Do you think the secret wedding is what made Kisha distance herself from Diddy? What do you think Dana really knows about Diddy? Child, I'm dying to know what you think, so drop those thoughts in the comments section below.